This meeting is being recorded.
Okay, Dr. Wallach, we're glad to have you here. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you, and welcome everybody. And people always ask me, what do you take, Doc? What do you take, Doc? So I spent a little bit of time, and I have my table where I have all my supplements that I take every day and so forth. And I make them like once a week. I make enough for a week, once a week. So I don't have to open all the bottles twice a day and mess around with it twice a day. So I just do it once a week that way, okay? So that's some little bit of good advice. And we have 5,000 products. Okay, we have 5,000 products, which covers a lot of territory. We deal with over 600 different problems. Osteoporosis of the skull alone causes 137 different diseases, okay? Well, let me back that up. 67 different diseases. And it's all in your head, okay? And so it's one of those things where you have to say, okay, I'm going to take a balance of products that cover a lot of territory, because you want to prevent things. You want to have a boring health history. Gosh, I got to be 84 years old, never been on a prescription drug, never had any surgery. I don't have any of the typical heart disease, kidney disease, dialysis, lung disease. I don't have any brain disease or spinal cord disease. I don't have any muscle problems. I don't, have any of that kind of stuff. I don't have any gut problems. I don't have any of that stuff. And I'm going to be 84 in 2 months. And so why is that? Well, I've been taking all these nutrients twice a day since I was, let's see here, about 9 years old. Okay. About 75 years. All the story is in the book. Okay. It's called The Wallach Revolution. The Wallach Revolution. This is the second edition. There was a first edition out. It was just given away. Okay. The first edition was given away. And it was written by a committee of doctors and lawyers and people who were scientists and so forth. And they were just amazed by what we had accomplished with nutrition. And they put it into this book, The Wallach Revolution, and they gave it away as just an information thing, as a public service. Well, that was many years ago. And so now this is the second edition, and there's like 50% more material in here. And we have famous people who've told their stories in here. Pat Boone, Danny Glover, Andy Young, many others who are famous people who had terrible diseases. They're going to get double knee replacements, and they had seizures and all this kind of stuff. We got rid of them in just days or weeks with nutrition, okay? And all the doctors and all their medications and all their institutions couldn't help them. Well, this book, The Wallach Revolution, okay, if you buy 10 copies, you get a nice discount of any of our titles. You get a nice discount if you buy 10 copies at the same time. And that way, if you're building a Youngevity business, you can get them at the wholesale price and sell them at the retail price, make a little money and help support your business. Or you can give them away as presents when a present is due, and holidays and births and marriages and promotions and all that kind of stuff, right? And so this book is a 75-year longevity history, okay? Linear history, and all the things we've discovered. Okay, not all of them, but many of them, all the big ones. Okay, so I urge you to get that book, The Wallach Revolution. And then there's another book I want you to get. There's a book CD. It's called The Wallach. Let's see here. It's all in your head. Okay, it's all in your head. It's a book and it's a CD. And the book covers the osteoporosis of the skull, squeezing the 12 pairs of cranial nerves, and also squeezing the spinal cord. The spinal cord alone, when it gets squeezed, can produce 17 different diseases. It is produced in the brain, comes out of the back of the skull through the big hole called the foramen magnum, okay? And when it gets squeezed, you get all kinds of bad things happening. All of these things are reversible. And my favorite picture of all is in the front of this book, and Roman numeral page number 6 in the front of the book, okay? The top picture, the calvarium, the cap of the skull has been removed. You're looking down on the brain. And you can see the skull is a 1/4 inch thick. The bottom one, they've taken the cap off the skull. You're looking down the brain, but the skull is 1.5 inches to 2 inches thick. That's osteoporosis of the skull. Okay. You can see where the 12 pairs of cranial nerves are going through tunnels that are now 75% smaller inside diameter than normal. Same way with the foramen magnum, a big hole in the back of the skull where the spinal cord goes through. And it causes everything from ringing in the ears to dizziness to pain and swallowing, and your voice changes. You get up 10 times a night to urinate. All this kind of stuff has to do with osteoporosis in the skull. And doctors will send you to their classmates who are ear, nose, and throat doctors, put hearing aids in. They'll send you to massage therapy. They'll send you to a urologist, all this kind of stuff, when really it's all happening in the skull. Okay, now, so I want to kind of run down the list what I take every day. Okay, so sit down, put your feet up, relax. Okay, let's see here. I got to get some light on this. Let's get the light up. And we'll get going. Okay, there we go. Okay, let's see here. I take 2 healthy brain and heart packs per month. I already told you that. I take a full dose of everything twice a day. There's 215 nutrients in the healthy brain and heart pack. It contains the 90 essential nutrients, including the healthy start pack. Okay, then I take 2 bottles a month of the MSM, so I can take 2 or 3 times a day of the MSM, and they help rebuild cartilage, ligaments, tendons, connective tissue, disc between the vertebrae, bone makes bone itself, which helps you make white blood cells and antibodies for your immune system, platelets, red blood cells, and so forth. Now let's see here. Collagen peptides. Okay. I actually take let's see, collagen peptides. Okay, I take 2 scoops of that a day, the collagen peptides. A scoop of that with breakfast, scoop of that with a dinner drink. Okay, it's collagen from fish and poultry and sheep and beef. It helps rebuild cartilage and stuff like that. Just cortisone can relieve pain and swelling, but it doesn't rebuild your tissues like the collagen peptide does. Okay, we have synaptive. I take 3 twice a day as a synaptive. Okay, now synaptive is the raw materials your brain cells need to talk to each other, and that's why we call it synaptive. We have, let's see here, occutive is specifically for your eyes, and I'm going to have to either reduce my prescription, my glasses, or stop wearing glasses, because I've started really taking occutive and taken 2 twice a day, okay, of the occutive, and my vision is just really improved, and I've been wearing glasses for my whole life. I think it was when I was an embryo, I had glasses on. Okay, selenium is good for your liver, good for your heart, good for your muscles, good for your brain, good for your skin. It's good for all that kind of stuff. And if you're on dialysis, or Ultimate Daily Classic tablets, I'll get to that in a minute. But our selenium, I take 2 twice a day or 3 twice a day, depending on what's going on that week. Okay, immortalium. This is stuff that you'll find in my book, Immortality. We spent 5 years looking at long-lived cultures, the things that they consciously, proactively avoid, and things that consciously, proactively take. Okay, and so we made a product out of this called Immortalium, and I take 2 of those twice a day. Okay, because it has all these weird things in there that people normally don't take. And then the Ultimate Daily Classic. This is good for people with high blood pressure and blocked arteries. I take 3 twice a day of the Ultimate Daily Classic tablets, and they will support the healthy blood flow through blocked arteries in the brain, heart, the kidneys, and your muscles and so forth. All right, as well as the blood pressure comes down. If you're on high blood pressure medication, don't cold turkey off the blood pressure medication, but as your blood pressure reduces and drops, you can slowly reduce the medication based on the numbers. Sweeties, I take 3 of those twice a day. I don't have diabetes, but I don't want to get diabetes. Okay, so I take the sweeties as a preventive measure. You put oil in your car to prevent the engine from burning up, right? And so I'm doing the same thing for myself that I do for my car, the sweeties. And then I take glucogel. Glucogel is our first collagen project, and it was added to the Healthy Start Pack to make our Healthy Bone and Joint Pack, which we used for our really first professional basketball player, Theo Ratliff. Okay, and he's the guy whose pictures on the rebound, okay, Theoratlif. And so we made we use the glucogel, which is collagen from beef, along with our healthy start pack to turn it into the healthy bone and joint pack, okay. And then let's see here. We have the chewable I-26, and we have the capsules and powder of I-26. It says right on the label, it gives you 25% of your daily requirement of cholesterol. What? My doctor says stay away from cholesterol. Change doctors. Cholesterol makes up 25% of your brain weight and 25% of your spinal cord weight. And if you take cholesterol-lowering drugs and stay away from eggs and things like that, you're going to get what's called, let's see here, your white matter of your brain, okay, is going to go away. Okay, it's called demyelinization, because myelin is the white matter of the brain. Okay, it's the insulation material of the brain. You don't want that. So you want to take 3 of the glucogel capsules twice a day. You want the chewable, I take 2 or 3 of the chewable I-26 at lunchtime. Okay, hair, skin, and nails. If you have skin problems, eczema, dermatitis, psoriasis, all that kind of stuff, wrinkles, hair, skin, and nails, white, gray, and silver hair. White, gray, and silver hair is not an aging thing. It's due to a nutritional deficiency. It's due to a nutritional deficiency. Okay, and so you'll see. You take I take 3 of those twice a day. They're small bottles. Okay, so I have to have 2 bottles to get my 3 twice a day. Hair, skin, and nails. And then let's see here. Ultimate enzymes. I take 2 or 3 of those. Say 10 to 15 minutes for each meal. A couple ounces of water. A rebound or a sports drink. I'll drink 1 can twice or 3 times a day, depending on what I'm doing. But I pop the tops on them the night before, so they off gas or flat in the morning. All the bubbly's gone, so I don't get the carbonation. And then I take Killer Biotic. It's a kind of fermented mushrooms that have all the sort of antibodies in there that kill bacteria, fungus, and yeast. I take 3 of those twice a day. Killer Biotic. Let's see here. Zeratest. That's a good one. This actually promotes the production of testosterone by the sertulatory cells and testicles. I take 3 of those twice a day. Okay, Zeratest. Okay, and then I also take Prostate-X. I'm a guy, I have a prostate gland. I don't have anything wrong with it, but I don't have anything wrong with it. So I take 3 of my Prostate-X tablets 2 times a day. I take the EFAs. Okay, I take 3 twice a day. I take the EFA pluses 3 twice a day. I take vitamin C. I take 2 of those twice a day. I take, let's see here, Cardio FX. Okay, Pro Cardio FX. I take they're another soft gel capsule with essential fatty acids in there to make the heart happy. I take 3 of those twice a day. Vision FX. I take 2 of those 2 times a day. That's along with the let's see here, Occutive. Okay, so I still take the Vision FX. Let's see here, seasoned salt. I use that in all my meals. Himalayan salt. I use that on. Sometimes I'll replace the seasoned salt with the Himalayan salt with all my meals. It has 28 minerals in it. Vitamin D3, I take 3 of those twice a day. Memory FX, I take 3 twice a day. Triple treat chocolate, I take 2 of those twice a day. Okay, kind of as a little treat at the end of my meal. Nature's, let's see here. This is Nature's Pure, okay, and this is grape seeds, okay. This is grapeseed extract, okay, and let's see here, Ocean's Gold. That's from one ocean, has 8 or 9 different extracts from seaweed to get all the nutrients necessary for your thyroid gland. I take 3 of those twice a day. Fucoid Z's from the other ocean, another set of different 8 or 9 different seaweeds. I take 3 of those twice a day. The Z Radical, which is a liquid form of Fucoid Z. I take 2 ounces of that twice a day. It's the Ultimate Daily tablets. This is our first multiple. It's a big yellow tablet. And, if finances are an issue or you're going to be flying somewhere and you don't want to take a big bag of something, you can take your Ultimate Daily tablet. I take 3 of those twice a day. And then, let's see here, the apple cider vinegar. Let's see here. These are little things that they taste like raisins, okay, but be careful. I only want to take one like 2 days a week, not the same one after the day, maybe one on Monday, one on Friday kind of thing, or one on Tuesday, one on Thursday with the apple cider vinegar, okay. And let's see here, root beer belly. This has is there sprinkles, and it helps your digestive support. Okay, root beer belly is there sprinkles you put under your tongue or on your tongue. Tastes great. Little kids like them. De-stress. See the de-stress. I take 3 twice a day. De-stress 3 twice a day. Tangy tangerine tablets. Now these are different than the tangy tangerine powder. I take 3 of those twice a day. The zinc FX, I take 1 twice a day. HGH, okay, HGH. This is short for human growth hormone. It's a collagen kind of product. I take 3 of those twice a day. And then CalMag, I add that to my drink, my Healthy Brain and Heart Pack, my Juju. I add the CalMag powder to that. And that's just some of the stuff that I take 2 and 3 times a day. I've been doing it for some of them 32 years, some of them 75 years. Okay. And that's why I'm going on 84. No prescription medications, no arthritis, no high blood pressure, no diabetes, no ringing in the ears. I have all my own teeth except one that was knocked out in a fight. Okay. And it's, it's one of those things. If you do everything correctly, you can add many, many healthy years to your life, save yourself an enormous amount of unnecessary misery, save a lot of money. Okay. Because I don't get my products for free. I pay for my products myself. I don't get a paycheck from Youngevity. Okay. I purposely did that so people can't say, oh, Wallach, well, yeah, no matter you're pushing all that stuff because you're being paid by Youngevity. No, I purposely did not get a paycheck from you. I make my living from selling books. So please buy more books. Okay. But knowledge is power. Knowledge, you want to gain 25 to 50 more years, save yourself an enormous amount of unnecessary misery, and also add many healthful years to your life. 25 to 50 years, save a lot of money and save a lot of misery. Okay, with that, I'm going to throw this back over to Dave and Pam.
Well, thank you, Dr. Wallach. And I want to tell you that when we saw you over at Shars, when you came to Michigan, and she just had a potpourri of everything out on the table. And so that's what I like to do, is have different types of things offered at the table. When I have a dip, for our yogurt, I put Rebound or the, one of the different ones like Z Radical or whatever I have on hand. And I put that in my yogurt, and I put that around my vegetables or my fruit. So they have something that they can try. And then I put the sleeve of whatever product or whatever canister right next to it. So, and yes, that's right. I appreciate that you are giving people the opportunity to buy these books and have it in hand. Because a lot of people don't always have the opportunity to run to the doctor or want to go to the doctor or even get on the computer to research everything that you've done. And I applaud you, and I appreciate what you've done for us. So I don't see any hands up, but I do believe that, Don, are you able to ask your question now? And I'll mute out.
Yeah, I just seen a message. I think Anthony's got a question if he wants to go real quick.
Okay, Anthony. No.
Okay, I'll run with mine.
There you go. There you go. They just now allowed me to get on.
You have to speak up a little bit. I can barely hear you.
Okay. Yeah, it was muted. Thanks, Dr. Wallach. Hey, Nurse Anthony here. I'm calling. I have a client from Hawaii, new Youngevity customer. They're doing well. Got them on a good protocol, but they wanted me to ask you about toenail fungus. He is taking some sweeties. He's taking the Healthy Brain and Heart Pack, plant-derived minerals, but I wanted to talk with you about and see what your input would be on helping somebody with toenail fungus.
2 things they need to add to their program. One is the hair, skin, and nails. Hair, skin, and nails. Ramp up on that 3 twice a day. Okay. And then also, I would look through the Passport to Aromatherapy, because you can put those oils in between your toes, okay? And actually, they will kill the bugs and be very pleasant and supportive of the skin in between your toes and on the toenails and all that kind of stuff. But don't forget the hair, skin, and nails. I'd take 3 of those twice a day. And remember that white grand silver hair is not an aging thing. It's a nutritional deficiency thing. And so that's why we came up with the hair, skin, and nails. So you can take that in addition to everything else and kind of just lean on those nutrients that are particularly important for the hair. Okay. And miracles happen. I get people who had snow white hair. I mean, snow white. And in a month or two, their hair starts coming back in. And in 4 to 6 months, they got the same hair color they had when they were 12 years old. Okay. Because it's not an aging thing. It's a nutritional deficiency thing. And so your body is, that's the red warning light on the dashboard of the car. So when you get gray hair up here, okay, that means that you're missing something. Okay. And so that's why you need to get that hair, skin, and nails, and pick out one of those aromatherapy oils that fits your fancy, that you put between your toes and put on the toenails, and that'll get rid of the toenail fungus.
Okay,
What about
thank you so much, Doc. I appreciate it.
You bet.
What about colloidal silver, Doc?
Colloidal silver would work. I take colloidal silver. I don't think I said that. Did I say that when I went through my list? I didn't say colloidal silver. Okay. Colloidal silver, I take 2 droppers full under my tongue when I wake up, before breakfast, before lunch, before dinner time, before bedtime. Okay. And it's one of those things where colloidal silver is one of the first antibiotics that's been around for thousands and thousands and thousands of years. Okay. And it's one of those things where it kills all the bad guys. Okay. And you don't need a prescription for it. You don't need permission from your doctor to take it. And doctors used to encourage people to take colloidal silver for thousands of years until they came out with penicillin in 1936, I think it was. Okay. 36, 38, somewhere in there. And they liked penicillin because you had to go to the doctor's office to get a prescription. So you had to pay an office fee. Then you'd have to write a prescription check. Okay. And then you'd get your penicillin. But penicillin is very, very limited to certain types of bacteria. It doesn't kill everything. Whereas colloidal silver kills just about every kind of virus and bacteria and fungus you can think of. So yeah, colloidal silver would be a good one also to put between the toes and around the cuticles and on your toenails and fingernails and so forth.
Thank you, Dr. Wallach. I had spoken with someone today, and they have a very, very severe case of it's just like his hand has a lot of like flaking, and it's white, and then it went to his foot, and it keeps going back and forth. I suggested getting off the particular beer that he drinks, because when he was in the hospital, he said it went away. When he got back home, he likes to drink his beer. That was one thing that we mentioned. Is there anything else that you could suggest for somebody that has some time? And he does have that from the when he was serving the Legion and the mustard gas. He was in all those different places when he served.
Yeah, and of course, you have to appreciate that the program that I take will detox the liver. Okay. And selenium will help detox the liver. The colloidal silver will kill the bugs. It's not big on detoxing, but it will kill the bugs. Okay. And so you do have to, if you have something you need to detox, you want to make sure you're taking all the nutrients that do detoxing. Okay. And this is where the selenium comes in. Okay. Vitamin C, vitamin A, those kind of things. They're all very, very good about that. And so get a hair analysis. Okay, get the book, Rare Herbs and Cures, in chapters 10 and 11, page 272, it starts out. Get a hair analysis and see what nutritional minerals you have and how they fill into the normal happy level, or if they're below it. If you have toxic metals, there's a second chart for toxic metals. Get that hair analysis done. You don't need a doctor's prescription to do that. Okay. And so you'll find out if you have toxic metals in you, you'll find out what nutrients you're missing by actually doing a hair analysis. Okay. Again, it's the book, Rare Herbs and Cures. You go to www.drjwallach.com, www.drjwallach.com to get a hold of my books and CDs and DVDs. And we need to be doing more and more stuff ourselves. You know, running to the doctor and sitting in a waiting room with people coughing on you for 3 hours, and then going to the doctor, they write your prescription, you go to the pharmacy, they fulfill your prescription, and your symptoms will be reduced or go away, but your disease keeps getting worse and worse and worse. So they have to keep giving you increased amounts of that drug, or 2 or 3 drugs in addition to the original one they had, or they may have to do surgery. But they gave you a couple of months of reduced pain, okay, with their prescriptions. Remember that pain relief is not a bad thing. But if you only get pain relief and the condition continues to get worse, obviously they're not hitting the right buttons.
You summed it up pretty good there, Doc. I appreciate it. So, anybody else have any questions? Deborah, do you have any more questions that you'd like to ask tonight? I'll try and unmute you there.
Oh, she's muted.
Should I ask directly to the doctor
Absolutely.
about my sister's inflammation of the bladder where it makes her feel like she's got cramps? I guess it's spasms.
Okay, now, does she wake up at night to urinate? Does she complain about waking up 3, 4, 5 times a night to urinate?
No, she doesn't say that, mostly because of the, pain or cramping or whatever.
Okay, yeah, it could be the spinal cord being squeezed by the skull. Does she complain about dizziness or balance problems?
No, not really.
Okay, does she complain about any kind of ringing in the ears, tinnitus?
No,
Okay, does she ever complain about her ability to speak? Does she say her voice is going away and she can't swallow and all that kind of stuff?
haven't heard that at all. She's 55 about, and she's had bladder infections or urinary tract infections over time. In fact, my mom had that problem too, and cystitis, they called it. So it's, thankfully I don't have that. But
Okay. Well, see, first of all, this is not genetic. Just because your mom had it, your sister had it, it's not a genetic.
okay.
So you can forget it being genetic. Okay. This is something, could be the spinal nerves that control the bladder, okay, are getting squeezed by the skull. Okay. And that's why they have cramping and they're interpreted as an infection. And the doctors will do that a lot of times if you have a symptom and they don't cause it. Oh, you have an infection.
Yeah.
Okay. And so I'm not real good on accepting that as the answer to her question. Okay. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, I don't know if they should do a blood test to see, or a urine test, probably, that they see that. It's all in your head. I'm writing that down.
You get that. It's all in your head.
Do you do ebooks too, or is it?
Huh?
Do you do electronic books so you can order that way?
But this one is not an electronic book yet.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm writing it down.
Yeah, it's all in your head. There's a CD and a book. Okay. And
Okay.
it covers the spinal cord, which controls the urinary bladder.
Wow.
Okay?
Controls everything. Yeah.
The skull is squeezing the spinal cord. And babies are born with this. This is not an aging thing. Babies are born, don't have to be 75 years old to have these problems. Okay.
Yeah. All right. I'll be sure to get the book.
Ask her. There's a whole bunch of questions in there that need to be asked. Okay.
Yeah.
Same thing with the CD that's in there. It's all in your head.
Okay. All right.
We'll find out. We'll get her fixed. Okay.
Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you, Deborah. Laura?
Hi, Dr. Wallach. I know we're running out of time. How are you this evening? Hello. Hi,
Hello.
Doc. Hi. So quick question, very quick question. I have a Canadian customer who is interested in R3Dex. We do not ship R3Dex to Canada. So what would you suggest as a suitable replacement for the product?
For the dog?
Yeah, for the dog.
Okay. Okay. Well, for the dog, I would go ahead and put an ounce of our plant minerals in a pint of water and in the dog's water dish. Okay. And then I would also see if they can get something like our kids' toddy, which is a liquid milk replacer for human babies.
Mhm. Okay,
it's a liquid, and see if you can't get that into Canada. But in the meantime, it's one of those things where no table scraps. Okay, you got to give that dog a high quality dog food that's got lots of vitamins and minerals in it, but then give it the 75 minerals that's in the plain plant minerals liquid, and just put like a teaspoon or an ounce of the liquid plant minerals into a drinking bowl for the dog per pint of water in there. Okay.
yeah, so kids toddy is okay to give a pet too, then.
Well, yeah.
I never knew that. Thank you.
It's safe to give your baby. It's safe to give to your dog and your cat and your wombat.
And how would you follow the dosage recommendations on the kids toddy?
Well, the dose recommendations are on the back of the label. It tells you per pound of body weight.
Okay, good. Got it. Thank you.
Very good question. You bet.
Okay.
Thank you, Dr. Wallach. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. And we've also used the 2.0 Tandy Spring tablets ground up with a coffee grinder for our dogs.
All right.
And we took an EFA and squirted on their food, and it's Mary's birthday. Mary Davies, 81 years young today, everybody.
Wow.
Happy birthday.
Happy
You can't
birthday.
see her on the board.
Thank you.
I have her three-wayed in on my phone.
Thank you.
Thanks, Doc.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Doc. Bye-bye.
See you next week.